Hello, hello. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm just looking on here because I told you yesterday that all the settings on the live have changed, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get things so it's not backwards for you guys. But I still don't see it, so we're just going to move on. So give me a second here to get you up on my Facebook. It's such a bummer that I can't get that fixed. Hi, Mickey. You're the first one on. Yay! So, I have to say that this project has been very challenging. I just lost my comments. There we go. This project has been very challenging. And I've been working on it for about an hour, and when I pull this stencil off, then we'll know if it's a success or not. I have one more little area that I need to paint, and I'll do that live with you guys, and then we'll do the great reveal. I'm sure that there will be spots that we need to do some touch up on. So let's get busy. So this is what it looks like so far. And I've just been moving my little pieces of ruler over. So like this piece I just finished painting. So to paint this piece over here, I need to tape down my little ruler. And all I'm doing is just getting it lined up. So that I can put this ruler down. Let's see, I want to leave that one. So I'm going to take this one. I'm telling you, this has been a tricky project. And I won't know if it's a total failure or just a slight failure until I pull the stencil off of here. I may be painting over the whole thing. We'll just have to see. I know there's going to be touch up because, you know, I can see areas already that need touch up. And if I had been able to do these stripes on here with tape, that would have been a lot easier also. But tape would not have worked on the stencil because then you would have been pulling the stencil up every single time. Let's see, I gotta stop and think. Nope, I needed that one to stay down. Okay, that one's gonna stay down. And then I need to I think because I'm running, it's offset a little bit. So I think I'm going to just paint this whole section here one color. And the same over here. This may not be making sense. It's been work. Work. Let me see your comments and who's coming on. Hi, Debbie. It's been very challenging. Hi, Becky. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I wasn't sure after yesterday's live if anybody would come back today, honestly. So I just have one more section here. And like I said, you can see that this section is a little larger than this section. So somewhere along the line here, things got out of alignment. And there's going to be places I know that I'm going to have to go in there and touch up. So let's see, my last color, let's see, is going to be Peacock. And I've used a lot of different colors on here. I'm excited to pull this all off and see what I've got. And if it's going to be salvageable. That's the question. I know there's issues. If I can salvage it, that's the question. So if you're just joining us, say hello. No lurking, you guys. No lurking allowed. So some of this paint, if I was just regularly painting, I would add some water to it because I haven't used it in a while and it's a little on the thick side. But because we're doing this kind of a project and the stencil isn't adhering really well, I'm not thinning it down at all. I'm just going to use it just like it is, nice and thick. And I'm using this makeup brush that I think I got these at the Dollar Tree. But they sure are a nice thing to have when you're doing any kind of stenciling, because you can just pounce up and down, and in most cases, if your stencil is adhered well, this one isn't, but in most cases that would eliminate any seepage. But I think I may have some areas in here, but it shouldn't be too hard to go get them all straightened out. I'm going to give this a quick little dry. Okay, and I'm just going to give it another quick little pounce I've been working on this for at least an hour, maybe a little longer today, after leaving you guys yesterday, because I just didn't think you needed to see all the repetition of having to move these rulers. But at least you'll be here for the great reveal and the touch-up, because I'm sure it's going to need touch-up. And it's going to be fun to see what all of these colors look like together on here. So again, I'm going to give it a dry, and this time we're going to pull everything off. Okay, so da-da-da-da! Here comes the great reveal, you guys. Hold your breath. I'm holding mine. I know it's not going to be perfect, so, you know, I don't have great expectations. I know I'm going to have to do some touch-up on here, but let's see how it came out. Another way to have accomplished this, and it might have been an easier way. Honestly, I didn't know that this was going to be so difficult to get this stencil to adhere on here, would be to put it on and take a marker and draw it all on, and then just lift it off and then just paint like you would in a coloring book. Would be an alternative. But you know what? I didn't know that. And so we all learn together, and we all learn by sharing, and sometimes things just don't turn out. It hasn't happened to me very often, but you know, it's better, I think, to just be honest and transparent with you guys. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, well, we tried. So for the great reveal, I'm going to turn it around so you guys all get to see the whole thing in all its beautiful glory. Okay, let me look in the camera and see if... Yeah, Becky, that's life. And, you know, we might as well be honest about it. There's no sense in not being transparent. Now remember, there's lots of little pieces in here that I have to pick off with the pick. Actually, that's looking better than I was expecting, so let's start picking stuff off here. So I have a question for you guys. It's definitely not art related. I have had, you know, like I've experienced this for a short period of time in the past where you hear that your blood swooshing like to the beat of your heartbeat and you can hear it swooshing. I've had that now going on in my head for about 3 days now, and it just won't stop, and I've never had it go that long before. Do you guys know anything about that? What causes it? It's just weird. So something happened over here. I'm gonna have to, I'm not good at abstract, so that might be why my blue is bigger here than here, because that's supposed to be, I think I'm gonna leave that on and fix that. And I don't know if I can put this one back on. Yep, I can. Okay, so that explains why this is bigger than this, because I messed up. So I'm going to leave that. Actually, I have to say it's looking better than I was expecting. I really like the colors on here, especially with this Colonel Mustard. I really like that a lot. Okay, so this little bit here just wasn't laying down well, but it's okay because I can just take a fine tip brush and fix that. So that's not like a horrible thing. Oh, this was something that was similar to that. And if you were putting this design on something other than fabric, it would be a slam dunk. What made this so challenging, in all honesty, is the stencil just did not want to adhere to this. And I was thinking about it last night because I didn't have so much of this trouble with the canvas bags that I did, but I think I might have top coated them with Satin Top Coat, and that might have made that stencil adhere a little better. But I actually didn't have as much leakage as I was worried about. It's looking kind of good, I think. I have some places that need touch up for sure, but that'll be easy. Touch up is easy. This actually, I was really worried about it. Okay, and I'm going to leave these because I need to go in and do that spot. So then it goes orange and then it's that color. So that'll be easy. We'll do that real quick. Instead of pouncing it, since the tape is off of there, I'm going to use a brush. And like I said, it's real thick. And that, in this case, is to my advantage. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to dry that before I pull that off. Hi, Micheline. Oh, Debbie, that's good to hear. Thanks, Micheline. I still, if I had a place for that desk, I would buy that desk in a heartbeat. In fact, I'm gonna post it on here so everybody can see what that desk looked like and why that was my inspiration, and maybe somebody on here will see it and want to buy it. Although I know you told me that you love it so much too, you're not in any hurry to sell it. And I don't blame you, because it is a stunning piece. Debbie Garner is on here, you guys. She's watching today. And she knows that this piece was inspired by her desk. Okay, so there are some little pieces in here that that I want to touch up. Like, these were in the stencil, but I don't like them, so I'm just going to paint over them. But I'll have to tell you, I am like really happy how this turned out, because this was really challenging. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to take the Colonel Mustard, rinse off my brush. I'm looking at it on my iPad, looking at what you guys are looking at, and I'm really happy. It looks really pretty. With all of that tape on there, it was really kind of a hard thing to know. I love this Colonel Yellow a lot. Okay, so there's just spots on here that I just want to, like, I don't like this, so I am just going to get rid of it, and it might take a couple of coats to do that. And I'm using a square tipped brush, and that makes it real easy for me to get nice straight lines. And in some areas, it might just take more than one coat. Hi, Sherry. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have to say I'm pretty happy with it. I was holding my breath because I really didn't know if I had like a big mess on here or not. So painting the background this color first and then stenciling over it is exactly the right thing to do. And that makes it real easy for me to go in here and fix anything that did leak through. And I have to say, very little did, honestly. And you saw me moving the little pieces of ruler, taping and retaping and moving them over yesterday. And that's what I continued to do today. I didn't do anything any different than what you saw me doing yesterday. It just took a lot of time because I worked on it after the live was over yesterday. And I just knew it was going to take too much time today and that you guys would be bored stiff watching it again. So I thought, let me get as much of it done as I can for the big reveal. Now these pieces here and here were part of the pattern, but I just don't really like them, so I'm getting rid of them. Oh, I love the hearts. Thank you. Oh, Kimberly, thank you so much. I love Fabulous. Fabulous is great. So I need to like rearrange this a little bit here. And you guys, just so you know, this is completely washable. So before I would wash it, first of all, I'm not going to wash it right away. I'm not going to wash it until the jacket needs washing. But it is going to be completely washable. I will not have to worry about it fading or washing out or peeling off. None of those things are going to happen. That brush is starting to flare on me. So I showed you yesterday that there were parts on here that I want to, like the cuffs on here, I want to paint this kernel yellow. And it has 2 pockets on the front, and I want to do something on those. I might put a design on those. Then I need a really, really, really fine tip brush. Let me see if I've got one handy. Yep, here's one. And I don't know if you notice or ever pay attention, but like when I'm doing fine work like this, I always anchor my hand by putting my little finger down. That's my anchor. So if you have the shakes or you've had too much coffee, by doing that, you can get really fine, detailed work done if you just anchor your hand with your little finger. Now, hi, Molly, thank you. There's a little piece because it was really screwed up on the stencil, and I don't know if I can get it in there very well, but I'm going to try. See, I have my little finger anchored again. It's just an automatic thing with me. And this design was different than the other one, but I'm going to make it even a little more different. Okay, and then there is a little spot between these two not matching, and I was really concerned about that. But it turned out much better than I thought because I was just moving those rulers over and butting them up, and I didn't know if I was really doing a good job or not. But I'm not mad about it. And I did some filming while I was doing this, and I'll make a little reel. Let's see, which color do I want to butt that up with? I think I want this color. I think that's what that is. I'll post on here the colors that I used on this in case you guys are interested. Like Debbie's on here. Debbie, will it let you post a picture in the comments? I don't know if it will or not. Okay. I am happy with this. I'm gonna put the dryer on it and give it a dry. And I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but when I painted the background with the kernel yellow, I only did one coat, and my intention was to come back and do a second coat. But when I looked at it and I could still see some of the denim coming through on this, I liked it like that. So I purposely left it that way. But if that isn't a look that you like, then go ahead and just put a second coat on. Cheryl, I don't know that it took any talent to do this. I can say that it just took a lot of patience. It did, because that stencil did not want to work. And the trick to this also is using, let me show you. It's in the video from yesterday, but I just want to emphasize it. The trick to using a stencil, especially on a difficult surface, like when I did the canvas bags, I did the same thing, is using these makeup brushes. That's the key, because you're pouncing straight up and down, and that stencil was not adhering well by any means at all. And so I just had to like keep it in the area that I wanted it to be in, and then to pounce straight up and down on it so that I didn't have paint seeping underneath. And I did give all of this 2 coats. So I would pounce it and I would take my dryer on low, because you don't want to heat up that the stencil because it's vinyl. So I would do it on low and make sure my stencil was laying back down flat, and then I would just pounce up and down like this to get all of these different colors. And these were all rose, and you'll see it in the yesterday's video. I cut up these rulers to the size that I wanted all of my stripes to be. And I used the colors that were on Debbie's desk. And I just laid these rulers, and I had to keep, you know, I would put one down here, one in the center, one on the other side. And then I would pull the one out of the center, and I would pounce, 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 pounce on the stencil. And then untape these and move them over. And I did that all the way across the whole piece like that. And you can see that in the video, but that's how I got it. And I really like that I have stripes of all of those colors going through here. I think it makes it really interesting to look at that way. And you don't necessarily realize that it's a stripe going all the way across. And it's not perfect, you guys, because looking at this, it looks like this one would have been better if it was like there. And I think that's what I was going for and trying to get. But I don't hate this by any means. I'm not unhappy with it. I will definitely wear this with pride. So I want to show you, I don't think I have any wet paint on here. I want to show you, because I showed you guys this yesterday, but now maybe you can envision it more. So there's a lot of detail on this jacket, and I got this jacket at the Goodwill. So there's a section here, and I didn't know if I wanted to do something on that section. So this is the way I think, and this is the way I work. I know that there are different sections on here. There's like this section here, section there. Those are opportunities to paint. And, oh, there's chapstick in this jacket. That's funny. There are pockets on here. So I painted the other pocket, but I'm going to repaint it because I didn't like it when I did it. And now I know what I want on here. So I am for sure going to paint this pocket the kernel yellow, and then I'm going to do a real simple design. Really simple, not complex. Hi, Melissa. So I'm going to do a design here, but this pocket's going to be in yellow on both sides. And I think the cuffs on here are very cool too. And so I'm going to paint the cuffs in that kernel yellow. And I don't know if I could stripe them with those colors, just do a simple stripe on them, but I don't know. So this is how I think, this is how I operate, is I get a general idea of what I'm thinking of, and then I just take it one step at a time and say, do I like it? Do I want to do more? You know, I could do the same thing. It looks like I need to wash this. I could do the same thing on the collar, is paint the collar the yellow, but I'm going to, like, for sure I'm going to do the cuffs. For sure I'm going to do the pocket. I'm thinking on the back side, I will do something down here, because I think leaving this as a separation is kind of cool, kind of balances it out. But that's my, bring the camera up here. That's how I approach things and do things. I didn't even put makeup on today, you guys. So that's it. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, Debbie, I can do it. I didn't know if you could during a live or not. Hi, Kelly. So it's a score, huh, Melissa? Oh, hello, my friend Anne. She's my neighbor. We were, I was going to say we were walking the neighborhood in our pajamas last night, but I was, because I had dinner at Anne's, and it was a delicious dinner, and we had quite a bit of wine, and she lives 4 houses down from me, and so then I walked home, and when I got home and got into my pajamas, I realized I'd left my phone over there, so then I'm walking the neighborhood back in my pajamas again to go get my phone. So, hello, my friend Anne. Yeah, it just fell out of the pocket. So the dirty collar up here and the chapstick tells me I didn't wash it before I did this, but that's okay. That's how I roll. All right, I'll see if I can do that. Let me give a try. Debbie wants to know if I'm going to model it, so let me give it a try. And I'm really interested in your thoughts and comments of what you think. I mean, right now, I'm so happy with how this turned out because it was a challenge. But if you have other thoughts or ideas, like, do you think it needs anything else? I'm like completely open to your feedback. Okay. I wasn't expecting to, hi, Catherine. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. I guess I can carry this around with me, and then I'll know if I get lined up in the camera. Okay. I did pretty good, huh? Moving the wrong way. Melissa, you've seen this jacket a few times. I wear it up at the cabin. Debbie, you think you would leave the back as is? I'm thinking, yeah, maybe leaving the back and not doing the bottom. Maybe that's a good idea. Thank you, Becky. Maybe doing something on the collar. I don't know. Like I said, the way my brain works, it's just do one thing at a time, and don't go crazy. So, Melissa, you would leave it as is too? I love the colors. I just love, love, love the colors. And if I hadn't seen these colors on Debbie's desk, I don't think I would have come up with this color combination on my own. So that was a really great inspiration piece. Well, you guys, if it's something you want to do, the stencil is on my website, and I did put the link in here. So if it's something you want to do, just know ahead of time that it's going to take some time and it's going to take some patience. So I spent an hour with you guys yesterday putting the stencil on and starting to paint it. And then I worked on it a while after the live was over, maybe another 30 minutes. And I worked on it for an hour and a half. So it probably took me about 3 hours to get that painted on there. Just going slow and careful. I have my TV on over here. I got my pup under the table. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Say hi to everybody, Scruff. So, just, you know, if you're going to do it, just know that it's going to take some time and some patience and no coffee. So, well, we can thank Debbie. Debbie's right above you, Becky. We can thank Debbie for the color combination because that's what she did on her desk. And Debbie does Southwestern. She uses a lot of, I'm trying to think of the word, a lot of like cow hides and furs. And she does, you know, she reupholsters everything and then paints it. Oh, that was a big yawn. But her furniture is just unbelievably beautiful. So you guys, Debbie's on here. It's Debbie Gardner. And you should go to her page, her Facebook page, and look at all of her creations. I really encourage you to do that. Pendleton, yes. And Melissa on here used to work for Pendleton. So she's got some really pretty pieces too. Leather and cowhide. You know, I have trouble with my vocabulary these days. So thanks for filling it in for me, Debbie. But I would encourage you guys to go over and look at her page because she's got some beautiful, beautiful pieces that she's done. And she's a really neat person. She's just a really cool person. So, all right. Yeah, that's what I said, Melissa. You used to work at Pendleton. And you've got some beautiful pieces yourself. So, but that was what my inspiration was that desk. If that desk fit the decor of my house, I would buy it in a heartbeat. And it's on Debbie's page, and I'll post it on here too so you guys can see. Because I did take a little post and put on there so you could see the colors I was using. But I think you need to see the desk too to get the big picture of everything. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I tell you, I was truly, honestly, a little bit worried about this, but it turned out good. So, and I will see you next week, every single Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Oh, well, you could have that conversation with Melissa. Melissa built a house up in Williams, Arizona, and she's out in the middle of the forest where all the deer run free. It's really, really a beautiful place. So you guys have lots of inspiration. Both of you do, for sure. All right, you guys, thanks so much. I appreciate it. I don't know where Debbie, Melissa, you and Debbie need to chat. Hi, Andrea. Okay, you guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to go pour myself a glass of wine now that's all over with. Woo-hoo! You guys have a good evening. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.